Hello, Leo. Welcome back for your reading. My name is Kayleigh. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be doing a tarot reading for the rest of December and into the month of January. I'm sure most of you are aware by now that there is a super magical conjunction happening right now and into tomorrow. That's what the main focus of this reading will be. I'll be doing a 9-card box spread using the Druidcraft Tarot. If I feel like I need any clarifiers, I'll be using the Illuminated Tarot for that. And at the end, I'll be pulling an Elder Futhark rune and see how that ties into it. So, before we get started, I like to light a bit of sage. And offer a bit of a prayer. So God, Source, Spirit, thank you so much for raising me out of my bed today. Thank you for bringing Leo here today. Please allow me to speak clearly and concisely and bring them the message that they most need to hear. Please allow Leo to hear what message they most need out of this, and please protect this space and allow only energies of our highest soul evolution and absolutely no negative interference. Thank you. Amen. So mote it be. Alright, Leo. How are you guys doing? I absolutely love these cards, but they are bigger than my hands. That was quick. Okay. I guess we're ready. So at the bottom, once I completed that shuffle, is the Four of Swords. It's upside down though. Typically the Four of Swords indicates a time of rest and meditation and contemplation and allowing those mental processes to kind of like chill a little bit. It being upside down maybe indicates that you need to take a rest. Also, the card that came flying out is the Star. She's got some full frontal nudity, so in order to not get flagged by YouTube, I'm gonna keep that one to myself. But the Star is pretty flippin' magical. So it's the Major Arcana card for Aquarius, which is directly opposite from you, Leo. I know my hair looks oily, but it's actually just damp. And I don't know why I feel self-conscious about that right now. Maybe Leo, maybe you don't feel like you're a star right now. Anyway, the Star is number 17. And it represents our hopes, our wishes, our dreams, things coming into fruition. And speaking of that magical as fuck conjunction that's happening today/tomorrow, one of the things that makes it so magical is that it's Jupiter and Saturn coming together. Not only are they conjunct on the same degree in the zodiac, they're going to be the same delineation as well, which means that they're going to look like one star. So that is that doesn't happen very often. I think it's been 800 years since we had the same kind of conjunction of those two. So this is definitely a time when you can take some time to meditate, speaking of meditation, and really focus on what it is that you actually want for yourself going forward. What do you want to see for yourself in the future? Whoa. Holy crap, Leo. Oh my god. Okay. So I'm going to go through this going horizontally and then vertically, and we'll kind of see how this plays out, okay? So top row typically indicates things that are happening in the ethers, maybe in your mind, spirits, planetary influences, that kind of thing. Middle row typically is like what's happening right now on the material realm. Bottom rows sometimes challenges, obstacles, or just different ways that it can come out. Also, you could also see the middle row as like what's happening in your heart. Okay, so top row, we have the 7 of Cups reversed, the 8 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups reversed. So the 7 of Cups, that's this guy here. As you can see, he has a cup beside him, and he's staring into a deep, dark pool. This is interesting because this is actually a card of Scorpio, and Scorpio is a still body of water. So I think that's really clever. But anyway, typically talks about how you have a solid option beside you, but you're getting lost in the details, or you have too many options, or you're getting lost in illusion. The card actually really makes me think of the myth of Narcissus, where a spell is cast on him, or it may be that he's like pierced with Cupid's arrow, and he's cursed to fall in love with the first person he sees, and he happens to look into a pool of water and falls in love with himself. The fact that this is reversed means that maybe you're breaking out of this illusion. It could even be that you have thought up until now that you've had a lot of options, but maybe you've picked one. Then the next card, the 8 of Cups. This is really fascinating, actually. The art on this card is showing a solar eclipse occurring, which is really cool because we just had a solar eclipse. But anyway, this is like, okay, so it goes 7, 8, right? The 7 is you might not even be appreciating what you have, or you're looking for something else. And then the 8 is realizing that you are missing something, and you're going off to get that something. You're going off to get that 9th cup, basically. Also, it's showing that it's a journey uphill, but it's a journey that needs to be taken. And then the 5 of Cups in reverse. The 5 of Cups is like loss, disappointment, and it's a grieving process. There's 3 cups overturned here and 2 cups chilling out right there, right? So the 3 cups are like, so you've definitely lost something, and you need to go through a grieving process in order to be able to appreciate the gifts that are around you currently. But because it's reversed, maybe you're blocking that grieving process, or maybe, maybe you're blocking that grieving process, or it could even be that, the 7 and the 5 reversed. Kind of get this feeling of like wanting to curl up, and I kind of just did. So perhaps you are in the middle of losing something, but maybe the message is not so much that it's something to really grieve over. Maybe this is ultimately going to fulfill some wish, desire of yours that ultimately holds higher priority for you. Middle row, we have the 9 of Cups, the Star, and the 2 of Cups. The 9 and the 2 are reversed, so that's kind of why I made the faces like, holy shit, because like there's the very center row, which represents like the present moment, is all standing upright, but the past and the future, all of them are reversed. So it's really weird. But anyway, so the Nine of Cups, we have this figure here. So the Eight of Cups is you going to find your ninth cup. The Nine of Cups, especially with it being reversed, is kind of like you thought you found it, but it's not satisfying at all. Like something is not fulfilling with that. Then you got the Star. This is an extremely auspicious card, especially to have in the very center of the reading. And then you got the Two of Cups reversed. All of your cups except for the Eight of Cups are reversed. So the Two of Cups is like two hearts coming together. Whether it's something that lasts, it's hard to say. Especially with all of these other cups going upside down here. So the Nine of Cups, especially reversed, it's almost like we're blocking our own emotional fulfillment, or it's being blocked. And then the Star comes in, it's like, hey, you actually can have everything that you really want. You just need to you need to go for it. And then the Two of Cups reversed is kind of like, I just get this really serious feeling of being blocked. It's really weird. Bottom row. So we have the Nine of Wands. Reverse. Seven of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles. Reverse. So the Nine of Wands typically implies some kind of victory has come about. It's also right underneath the other nine, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, like obviously this dude has like fought some serious battles, and he's kind of hurting, but he stood his ground, and he's quite determined and quite like, he's got this look on his face like, yeah, I fucking did it. There's also a big old fire in the background. That, by the way, is the middle deacon of Sagittarius. Nine of Cups being the middle deacon of Pisces. The Seven being the middle deacon of Scorpio. It's all middle deacons. That's really interesting as well. Okay, so anyway, Nine of Wands, you've lost some battle. Something along those lines. The Seven of Pentacles, this is an interesting one. The image shows buddy guy here harvesting some stuff for ritual. He's using a ceremonial knife. And it's also winter, as you can see. And then the Four of Pentacles. This is the middle deacon of Capricorn. Lots of middle deacons going on here. That implies a fixedness, like a stuckness. Anyway, typically this is like you're really getting to work, and you've been able to amass for yourself quite a comfortable sum, right? It being reversed could even be like you're really holding on to something that's kept you materially comfortable up until this point. It could be like hoarding, or like an over focus on those material things. But the Seven of Pentacles kind of implies like it's supposed to be like harvesting and bearing fruit, and Let me read you from the book, okay? Okay, so hold on. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. This is supposed to be like final battle, but also a bit of a cautionary thing, right? You could even be feeling isolated with it being like this, like, oh, especially with all of these reverse cups going on, like you're stuck inside of yourself. You could be too defensive right now. Lack of energy, delayed success. And the Seven of Pentacles is like, you can take a break and appreciate the results. And that definitely goes along with the Four of Swords being at the bottom. It's like you're not taking a break. Whether it is in a relationship, a project, or a business that we've been nurturing, it may well have reached a stage where it can grow by itself. Once you've prepared the ground and planted the seed, we need to stand back and let the growing take place. Alternatively, the Seven of Pentacles could be advising you to clear unnecessary clutter from your life or take stock of a situation before moving forward. And the Four of Pentacles. Typically, I don't need to pull this out anymore, but something about that's funny. Okay. You may be able to let your defenses down. This is all about being too defensive. And open yourself up to deeply buried feelings. At last you can open up to others, having been fearful for so long, or you may be freeing yourself of unneeded possessions, liquidating investments. That's really funny. Both the Seven of Pentacles is talking about clearing away clutter and stuff like that, and then the Four of Pentacles reverse is talking about freeing yourself from unneeded possessions and stuff. You may experience delays and setbacks in practical or financial matters. Now is not a good time to make investments. Very interesting. Okay, I want to go through this vertically now, okay? So in the first row, we have the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Wands, all reversed. When it comes to this structure, by the way, this is like sort of the past, kind of the present, and the future. Why I say sort of and kind of is because when it comes to like divination, especially tarot, well, time is not linear. That's how we perceive it. So when you actually come across this reading, this could have already happened, or you could be partway through this process, or it could be coming in the future. Okay. I get this really like deep sense of like self-doubt, and it's very unlike Leo. So that's really interesting. Okay, so we got Seven of Cups reversed, Nine of Cups reversed, Nine of Wands reversed. Being too defensive, losing the battle, not listening to caution. Deep dissatisfaction with what you have. Or like a blocking of that. You may be seeking to immediately gratify desires, but you need to delay gratification, right? And then this middle row, after delaying that gratification and stepping back and allowing things to unfold how they're naturally going to unfold, you could be able to harvest some serious fruits from that, especially with the Star being here as well. And then the Eight of Cups is kind of like you're releasing this defensiveness and this dissatisfaction, and not only are you delaying your immediate gratification, Leo, I'm sensing you need to speak to somebody. So you're not only are you delaying gratification, you're embarking on a quest now to find whatever it is that you've been not allowing into your life before. I really hope that makes sense. But yeah, I did not have a sore throat before I started doing this. I'm definitely sensing that you need to talk to somebody about something, whether that's some hurt feelings, whether that is, you know, how you see them in your life, or how you want to see them in your life, whether it's about whatever you've been holding on to that you need to get out. It's really important to get out at this time. And I want to say, like, considering the stars at the center of this, my biggest piece of advice right now would be to trust that the other person is mature enough to hear what you need to say, and is able to deal with their own emotions, right? Like, we have to be honest with others, and we need to let our true emotions and our truth be known, and we have to trust that the other person is mature enough to be able to handle that. Because holding back and editing and presenting an inauthentic front is ultimately manipulative, and doesn't allow the other person an opportunity to exercise their maturity. Just want to see what it says about the 5 reversed. Nah, it's time to move forward. Loss, sadness, or difficulty is past or is passing, and your interest in life can be renewed. It's time for a change in your perspective. And then I feel like the 2 of Cups reversed right underneath the 5 of Cups is asking you not to get deluded and lost in another relationship. Essentially, there's some massive disruptions in your relationships right now, and multiple cards are asking you to let go of things that you've been holding on to up until this point, whether it's a relationship, whether it's physical possessions, or material investments. Actually, that's another thing. A lot of time, I just got major chills. A lot of the time, we view relationships as an investment, and we spend a lot of time and energy pouring into them. But if it's going sour, like, loyalty is one thing, but loyalty to something that's destructive or unhealthy is no longer loyalty. That's when it becomes toxic, right? So the cards, especially this middle row here with the Eight of Cups, especially with the Star, they're saying like, trust in the process, trust that there is a new beginning. The other thing about this this eclipse and new moons in general is it's an ending and a beginning, right? So allow yourself to go through this process of mourning, of grieving, and yeah, I'm really sensing that it is in fact time to move on from something. Okay. Last but not least, pull one of my runes. So I actually made myself a set out of leather. I made a little bag for myself as well. My mama's so sweet. Okay, Leo. Okay. Interesting. Legus. Okay. So Legus is number 21. It's water. It's the flow. It's intuition. Considering the amount of cups on here, I'm not surprised. This is the one that came out. It might do you some good to watch the rune reading that I posted the other week titled Prepare the Ships. But essentially, Legus is talking about throughout this journey of life, there will always be storms and upsets on the sea. Our best defense for these storms and upsets on the sea is to prepare our vessel, our body, our mind. So again, I'm drawn back to the Four of Swords. Legus is a message that there are tests ahead. Like I said, there's storms on the water. But you do, in fact, have the power to weather these tests successfully. It lies, success or failure really lies in how well prepared you are and how much effort you put into, like, fortifying your mind and your body. It's also a message to not, don't avoid the path. Don't hold on to things and avoid going into the depths of your emotions for fear of what might be there, what sinister things might be revealed. You're being asked to plumb the depths of your psyche. You're being asked to remove the unnecessary things. Let go of being overly defensive. And allow what needs to come up so you can heal it. Carl Jung said what we resist persists. And this is a really excellent time to allow our shadows to come up, to be processed. And I feel a measure of sadness, but I also feel like, Leo, you knew that this was coming, and I kind of get a sense that you've been holding on, like, please no, please no, please no. But ultimately, the only way to make it through things like this is to allow it to unfold. Change is inevitable. Change is going to happen no matter what we want. And you can avoid the change, but ultimately that causes more issues in the long run. It's more beneficial, I would say, to allow the change to come, accept it, and roll with it, rather than trying to avoid it altogether. So, Leo, this is a question of, are you ready to be emotionally mature or not? Not saying that you're not already, but okay, I am. It's time to grow up a little bit, Leo. I love you. If you're looking for a personal reading, my email is down below. I do rune and tarot, or a combination of the two, depending on your needs and what you want. If you want further clarification or anything like that, definitely hit me up. And I look forward to reading for you again. Merry Christmas, Happy Yuletide. Have a good New Year.